channel? Well, if you're not, hit the subscribe button because he's giving out free picks each and every week. Hope you have a good rest of your day.
NFL Week 5 is here. Like always, I'll look at 3 games, one being the Monday Nighter, plus some teaser and underdog options, which have been going great this year. No really big games. There's a couple good divisional matchups. We'll talk about those. This week, Rams versus 49ers. It's a Thursday night game. I rarely talk the Thursday night games, but we will talk this one. It's one of the better games, to be honest, this week. Bills versus Pats, another divisional game. And then the Jags versus the Chiefs on Monday night. Sneaky good matchup. We'll talk those 3 games. Link.me/system capping for everything system capping and myself. You can support the system while you profit long term, guys. As well, records over there, reviews, content, and more. Everything all in one place. Link.me/system capping. You can go to system capping, systemsportscapping.com as well for the website. Currently handicapping PGA, NFL, and UFC. NHL is around the corner. I've been starting to do some research, following up, had some fantasy drafts, etc. So up to date with the NHL going into the season. I believe it starts Wednesday next week. I could be wrong, though. 4 teams on buys this week, guys. Bye weeks have started. Is it really good to have a bye this early? You always look at it. I think for some teams it is, and some teams it isn't. For example, Steelers, Bears, and Falcons, I don't think it's ideal. For the Packers, I think it's a great time. Back-to-back poor performances. So I believe it's a perfect time for the Packers. Ravens would have been great as well because they're banged up. We'll talk about that here shortly. But yeah, last week, talk about the Packers here. Speaking of the Packers, only loss was the Packers. Tough loss. I did not see Dallas putting up 40. I was all over Packers, total team over, total team total. It's like a tongue twister there. Over 27.5. It got there no problem, right? 40 points. I just did not see Dallas scoring 40, especially without CeeDee Lamb. Crazy. So I ruined the money line parlay. I had them in the 6.5 as well for a smaller unit there, but it ruined the money line parlay that I had. The other 2 hit, one other hit as well. Tough beat. Tough beat there. Packers, their defense was playing spectacular before that, right? It was one of the best defenses in the NFL. So very mind-boggling. You know, Packers owned Dallas as well going into that game. Definitely shocked on that one. Ruined a perfect week, right? I hit on the Falcons for clients. Also, did throw it in the underdog free play. It was an underdog to start the week. And then when I got it a little later, they became favorite due to some guys being ruled out. But they were an underdog when I spoke about it on Wednesday. We also hit on another teaser, guys. That's been the best market for me after 4 weeks. Things can change, of course. But it's 4-0 in the teaser market. That's been the strong suit so far. We also did hit on the Jets and Dolphins over. That cashed and got there as well. So just the Green Bay Packers ruined a perfect week for us. The Ravens, right? The poor Ravens. What can I say? This injury list is huge. Even before going into the game, right? Obviously, Lamar, Roquan, Humphrey, they weren't injured. However, their whole defensive line was banged up. On Wednesday, I mentioned last week, check the injury report, right? There are 3, Broderick Washington, Travis Jones, and Madubuike, all out. Madubuike out for the year. Huge for the Ravens. He's the anchor in the middle, guys. Anchor on that defensive line. Huge loss for them. Super Bowl hopes are looking very grim. And that's what happens, especially when you bet future markets. You don't know how injuries are going to play. That's why I always suggest never have a large bet in a future market. I never do. So yeah, I have Ravens to win. It could still happen, but I have them to win the division as well. And because the division's fairly weak, I think it could happen. Again, this was a very tough start to the schedule. It gets a lot easier from here, guys. Right? Problem is Lamar Jackson going to be playing? Now, the good thing is they have a bye week in week 7. That will help a lot. If Lamar doesn't play, Cooper Rush, I think they could beat Houston. It's possible. Even with Cooper Rush, he just run the hell out of the ball with Derrick Henry. If they have a good game plan, they could win that game. But yeah, we're staying away from the Ravens for the time being until after the bye week when they get healthy. Power ranking update, guys. Top 10. Eagles stay on top. Eagles just continue to win games. Very impressive. Bills, their Lions move up slightly. Rams move up as well with a big win there. And then Packers move down 1. 6 to 10, you can move around. More of a preference, right? It will vary every week. Circa update. Let's do a Circa update here. And both entries move on, guys. When you have both entries move on to week 5, not attacking the big teams and saving them for late. I did attack Baltimore once, so that they were used. But again, now it's not looking like they're a big team. So it's looking good. Last week we had Houston and Denver. So we used both of those last week. And I'm also in a couple other survivors, not just Circa. One Splash Sports, couple big ones there as well. So yeah, things looking good in the survivor market. I like to update you guys every week. I know a few have asked for me to do so, and I enjoy doing it. Let's get into this week, though, guys. Let's get into this week, starting with the Rams. The Rams -6.5 versus 49ers, total 47. A big divisional game. Both 3-1 teams. I think it's 6.5 due to some injury concerns for the 49ers, which we will talk about shortly. Rams are looking great to start the year. I have them in my top 5 in the power rankings, guys. They are looking as the better team out of these two here, right? Besides the fourth quarter in Philly, this team should be 5-0. 4-0. This team should be 4-0, guys. They were leading big time on the Eagles. Eagles flexed their muscles, showed everyone why they're the champions, and won that game and came back, right? So keep in mind, this Rams team is very good. I expect them to win this game against the 49ers, especially because they are banged up. Puka Nacua last week, wow, monster game, guys. 13 catches for 170 yards and a TD. Atwell, huge catch, 88 yards to seal it. Williams ran well. Just a well-balanced team, guys, right now, and playing good enough defense to win games. Colts, you guys seen that Mitchell fumble? 1 yard line, he dropped the ball and went out of bounds. I'll be surprised if his key card works. He's going to get probably benched for that, or definitely yelled at. Huge miss from him. It could have been a different game, right? Huge blunder from Mitchell there. 49ers coming off their first loss, guys. It was an ugly one to the Jags. That's why I kind of had to remove them out. A couple of other wins were against lower level teams, very close wins. So I'm not 100% sold on the 49ers. Purdy, 2 interceptions in return. Big reason why they probably lost that game. Rams have won 3 straight in this matchup as well, guys. And I do expect it to be 4. The spread's a little high, though, at 6.5. I'm not running to the window. I do like the Rams in the teaser market, moneyline market here. Especially, you do have to watch the injuries for this one. Up until Thursday, guys. Okay? Juwan Jennings on the injury list. Brock Purdy and Ricky Purcell. That's their whole offense, especially with Kittle out. So definitely take a look at that, guys. I would wait until you pull the trigger, see if those guys are playing. They're going to be banged up even if they do play. That's why I do like the Rams to win this game, even though I'm not thrilled with betting it at -6.5. Total, I would play the under, especially if the 49ers guys are banged up. So again, wait till Thursday. Check the injury report. If those 3 guys are out, even if like 2 of them are out or 1, depending on the one, right? I don't think Mac Jones that much of a downgrade from Purdy. Slight downgrade, but I don't think it's a huge downgrade. He showed he played pretty good in those 2 games. So, yeah, watch the injury report on this. I expect Rams to win the game, though, either way, and move to 4-1. This is one of the better teams in the NFL after 4 weeks, guys. Pats at Bills. Bills -7.5. Total 49.5. Another divisional game here. Years ago, this was a huge one, right? I think it's going to start getting bigger once the Pats start getting better. And, I believe they have underachieved so far. They are 2-2. They did just put up 42 points, but it was against the Panthers. And their only 2 wins have been against the Panthers and Dolphins. So How good are they? We don't know. When they lost to the Raiders, which the Raiders are not a good team right now. So I don't know how good. And they lost also to the Steelers. I don't know how good the Pats are. I think this game will tell everything. Right, if they can hang around, make it a close game, right? That 7.5 is slightly high. I actually would lean the Pats plus 7.5 in this game, but Bills should win it. Right, Pats play Bills fairly closely as of late. They did actually beat the Bills last year, but they rested Allen. They rested a lot of starters in that game, so I'm not too worried about. But in that same year last year when Allen was playing, Buffalo only won by 3 points. So Pats have played them close. It's a divisional game. I would take the points with Pats plus 7.5. But, you expect Bills to win this game. Bills struggled at times in that Saints game. They're lucky to get away with a win there. Keep in mind, Saints were on upset alert at halftime. So, yeah, I'm not totally sold on this Bills 7.5 line. I would actually take the Pats plus 7.5, but Bills should win this game. Bills, still second best ranked team in the NFL. Some people have them at 1, but Eagles don't move until someone could beat them, right? Let's talk Monday Nighter. It's a good game. Sneaky good game. Chiefs minus 3.5 versus Jags, total 46.5. You can see, guys, I'm taking a lot of teams with the points here, and I'll have to take the Jags at home plus 3.5 if I were to bet this. Jags 3-1 on the season. They've been playing well, coming off a big win in San Francisco. You expect that to give them some confidence. Obviously, Chiefs playing a lot better, healthier, just coming off a big win over the Ravens, even though they were fairly banged up. It's a good win. But, Chiefs on the road. I like Chiefs better at Arrowhead, of course. Can Jags win that big game, though, right? That's been the question for quite some time with this team. And this is a big game. I don't know if they can pass the test, but I will take the points at plus 3.5 just to see. And they got to run the ball. Chiefs have struggled towards the bottom of the NFL against a run. Etienne, 1 TD, 124 yards last week. And I think they have to go back to him a ton. Go back to the run game, which has been successful for them. Lawrence was fine, too. He's not turning the ball over. No interceptions last week, 21 for 31 and a TD. Don't turn the ball over. I think they could win this game against the Chiefs. I'm not there yet or sold that they could win that big game yet, though. Move to 4-1. I'm going to have to see a little more from them. But, if I had to bet, this would be plus 3.5 with the Jags. Head-to-head, those ugly for the Jags. Keep in mind, this is not the same Jags team. I think this is one of the better Jags team in the past. Last time they beat the Chiefs was in 2009. So that's why I say, I'm not running to the window to bet the Jags in the plus money underdog. I'd rather take a shot on the points for them to just hang around. Big game, though. I like the Monday Nighter. Excited for it. Teasers. Let's talk teaser and alternate lines. It's been the best segment so far this year. Like I mentioned, 4-0 for clients, and all of them are plus money, guys. Plus 140, plus 120, usually three teams. I give you guys 2 of my favorites. We talked about it already. Rams to just win the game. And hey, let's go back to Arizona. Why not? We're 3-0 backing Arizona in the teaser market. Let's go back to them. And they're playing Titans. Why not? Anytime a team's playing the Titans, you bet the other team. That's the formula. You're going to profit at the end of the year. And you get Arizona just to win the game or minus 1.5, depending if you're playing 6 or 7 point teaser. Arizona is going to be the play. Let's try to go 4-0 with them. Underdogs. Probably my least favorite underdog week. Guys, I give you 2 last week. Both hit. Falcons and Chicago Bears. Both of them came through at plus money. Hopefully you guys did tail there. Tough week, though, actually, in the underdog market. So I'm not thrilled with anything. So be advised. We talked about the 2 that happened, besides 1, actually. The Ravens at home. If you're giving me the Ravens at home in a must-win game, even without Lamar Jackson, all the banged-up injuries, I think it's worth a shot. Again, not betting it, but that's why I don't really like the market for underdogs this week. Jets, I think they could beat Dallas. 0-4, back up against the wall. Coach called out the team. No CeeDee Lamb again, I believe. So Jets could win the game at home. I don't like betting the Jets, of course. But I think they are somewhat live to win the game. So I'll throw that one out there. That will do it, guys. Short one this week. Look out for UFC 320. It's going to be out tomorrow. Big pay-per-view card. Excited to break that one down. Client card is available for this week at the website or link.me/systemcapping. Like I always say, guys, bet smart and know your limits. Enjoy this week.